Hey everyone, how are you doing? How's the weather? Is that a silly question? How could the weather be? Does anyone have cool weather? If you do, tell me, and if you don't mind saying what state you're in. And how cool is it? Have you gotten rain? Or are you like us, just non-stop weather? I'm thinking, if this is June, I can only imagine what's going to happen in July. I don't know, maybe it'll snow, maybe we'll get lucky, huh? I won't be eating those words, I really won't. This heat, I'm just not a person that likes heat. When I was younger, I did, but I can't now. Oh, especially over the last few years with my normal neck pain and now this new neck. I can't stand the heat. Plus, we don't have a pool anymore. There's nowhere to cool off at all. I wouldn't even mind, sometimes in the summer the pool water gets almost like, not really bath water, but kind of, I don't know. I remember my first marriage, our pool at night, we seemed to have more cooler nights, and we would go and it would be just like, I like it that way, just, warmer. And we would go and swim, usually when the kids were in bed. My first husband and I would go and just relax together, and oh, it's so nice. Oh, those were the days. Those were the days. You know, you don't know what you have. You don't know what you miss until you don't have it. You don't know what you had until you don't have it. I don't know, does anyone know what I'm talking about? But anyhow, oh, I just dream about the pool we had, and we had a hot tub, and of course the kids had swing sets, and I think they're called monkey bars, and teeter-totter. And that first set of kids really had it much better because their dad was better. He just totally, here's all the money, you budget it, you do what you gotta do. And the second one, I thought I was in charge of the money because, I marry the same type of, I have a type. The ones that don't like to pay their bills and bring up bills and just financially ruin me, but don't have to worry about that. There will never be another person in my life because their charm wouldn't be the charm unless I meet an old guy who's been good with his money and, well, I have no more money to take of mine, but a good person, but I don't think they exist. But anyhow, I forgot what I was starting off with this comment. I don't know, with this vlog. But anyhow, yeah, I miss those good days. I was gonna get a kiddie pool. Polly really doesn't like water, and it scares me. I need him to learn how to swim. All my kids learned in the backyard pool. I don't know how to swim. My mother was so overprotective, my gosh. We had my neighbor's pool. I don't know if I told the story. And the only way in the pool, it was an above ground pool on the driveway. Those were the things they did back in the days there. We had one too. But you had to jump in, and I was deathly afraid. It wasn't high. It was like 3 feet, 3.5, I don't know. But I was afraid, so it took half the summer till I had the nerve to do it. I don't think it was fair because I think that kind of scared me from water. But anyhow, so I got a pool when I had, my first set of kids. I wanted to make sure they learned. I could teach them how to swim. And there was no Google back then. But they learned, according to my other kids, I was telling them how they learned. I was telling the daughter-in-law, and they both said, or she said, oh no, I forgot which son doesn't know how to swim. I said, yes, he does. They all learn, except one. He didn't. And my adopted daughter, she used to scream so much. Oh my gosh. The neighbors would say, what are you doing, killing your child? They were going to call the police. I'm like, no, I'm trying to teach her to swim. Oh, she hated the water. I wonder if she can swim now. Her, I don't remember. But she hated the water so much. Actually, both my daughters did. It was terrible. And then I had one son. He hated to have his hair washed. This vlog is all over the place. But anyhow, in the summer, we'd shut all the windows so you wouldn't hear him screaming. Oh, how he hated it. We tried everything. Every trick in the book. Head back, cup, head forward, towel covering your face, toys in the bathtub, these kind of wipe things you put underwater and soap up the hair. That kind of worked, but then when you had to get the soap out, it wasn't that much fun. But anyhow, I guess this video is about reminiscing of all that stuff. But as much as, with so much work and having 4 littles at once, but still it all worked out. Big difference when you're real young and when you're not. Well, I'm talking about real young. I got married pretty much a year out of high school, I think, or less than a year. So I had a lot of energy. I always had a lot of energy until I started getting these pains, but I could get them all in, ready. They were always out in the pool outside, get them in, rope them in, or whatever the saying is, get them all bathed, get them to bed by 7, and then I had time, or my husband and I, the first one. I don't even remember the second one. It must have all been bad and I didn't know. Who knows? But anyhow, I missed those days. I knew I'd miss them. I cherished them. So anyone who has little kids, the days seem long, but the years go fast. And that's the truth. You don't think so when you're in it, but it does. It's like, I remember having my first child. I was just 19? I don't know, very young. I remember after I had him, I was going to the bathroom and I passed out. I didn't know. Of course, the next thing I know, there were nurses looking over me. I was on the floor. And we were out in Arizona. I followed him out there. Well, he was gone, my first husband, so I went to school out there. And I told those stories. I'll probably tell them over for the new people. But anyhow, I'm going all over the place, but just reminiscing, and he was in the hospital 12 days. He had that strep B. I don't think they tested for it back then, or they didn't there. I don't know, but he was really sick. But anyhow, just, I knew time would go fast. The woman told me, cherish these moments. I did, and then once my son got cancer, I really cherished, how you're at the stove, maybe cooking at a certain time of day, or like for me, it was always at 3 o'clock. I was so darn tired, oh my gosh. If I could just lay down and take a nap. I remember when I had little kids. But I'd go back those busy days and not have these pains and health problems in a heartbeat. But like I said, once my son got cancer, every word, like when you're cooking and you just want to hurry up and get dinner on the table, and the kids would at that point always have to be talking, just like when you're on the phone, but I would listen to every last word they said because I knew how precious life was. So if you have children or grandchildren, just really hold on to the memories, because as you probably know, especially if you have grandchildren, the days may be long if you're babysitting, but the years sure go by fast. And nobody's promised a tomorrow. I learned that once my son got diagnosed with cancer, and my daughter saying she'd never walk, and Paulie with all his problems. I've been, I guess, lucky in a way, shown, how precious life is, but the world, you'd think, would do that too, what we've been still going through and all that, but it is short, and you gotta make the most of it. But anyhow, I know this is a whole bunch. I guess it's a chit-chat vlog, so I hope you enjoyed it. Share your childhood memories with, you could share your childhood too when you're growing up, but with your kids, when your kids were little, all the busy times and all that. And would you rather go back to that or be where you are now? Don't forget to subscribe, like, hit the notification bell, sharing is caring. Don't forget to pay for it if you look at your Polly's Heart and Mind. Don't forget to share our channel. Don't forget to share our GoFundMe if you can help. Every bit helps. Polly's not doing well with his neurogenic bladder, his kidneys, and so on. The heat is just, he can pretty much tolerate it. He has good and bad days, but he can tolerate it much better than me. But just because looking at him, he looks like he can tolerate it. It's very hard for his bladder and kidneys because he's just not drinking. He has to drink. They told him he's going to have set up an IV if he doesn't start drinking, so it's really hard. He's a teenager. He's a good kid, but who likes water? I've tried putting stuff in the water. I've tried everything, so he's got all kinds of things going on. The heat doesn't help. Cold weather is much better for him. So anyhow, hope you're doing well, and please stay safe. Bye for now.